Hi, guys. I love sharing my testimonies because I know testimonies set people free. But I wanted to share how when I was in this very toxic relationship, I remember I allowed the person I was with to discipline one of my sons and because he had peed in the bed. And I remember he was spanking him, and I remember thinking to myself, I should tell him not to do that. Like, I should tell him to stop, but I didn't say anything. And I remember after I left that situation, and I started getting closer to Jesus. I remember I woke up one night at around 3 something in the morning, about those hours. And I remember I was crying because I realized I hadn't forgiven myself for the things that I had allowed to happen to my children. Okay. As far as like making foolish decisions and just being around toxicity and trauma, because that does something to a child. But I hadn't forgiven myself, and the Lord, I've forgiven myself, but I wanted to share this with someone to encourage you, that if you're in a toxic relationship, you have to get out of it. Like, I talk about these things and I talk about value because it's imperative for people to know their value, especially women with children, like single women. You get in these relationships like I did, and it's filled with toxicity, and your kids are going to be affected by it. Whether you realize it or not, your kids are going to be affected by it. Save them the trouble of having to grow up to be adults who take these traumas into their adult life, and then they affect the people that they get into a relationship with and their kids, and start treating them like they were treated, or they don't know how to stay in a good, healthy relationship because they never saw an example of one, so they choose the same people that we chose. Guys, I encourage you, if you're in a toxic relationship, get out of it. If you haven't gotten into one, pay attention. Like, what I didn't realize is the guy, he didn't love and value me, even though I thought he did, because I had this delusion of what love was. I didn't know what it was. I never saw any godly examples of a good relationship, of a godly relationship. So if he didn't value me and love me, there's no way he was going to value and love my kids. If the enemy can't get to you, he's definitely going to try to steal, kill, and destroy your kids as well as you. Okay? If you don't know how to get out of the toxic relationship that you're in, guys, go to my website. It's in the description box. It's in my bio. Guys, I'm writing a book called How to Leave a Toxic Relationship. I share testimonies of how I did it, what was going on in my life. But it's imperative. You got to get out. You have to. Okay? If not for you, then for your kids. Bless you guys.